I'm here today with Karen Newbern. She's the naturalist here at the Ridges Sanctuary. Karen, how are you doing today?
I am doing great. How are you, John?
I'm most excellent. I'm really excited about our hike today. Now tell me a little bit about where we're going to go.
Well, we're just going to kind of take an overview of a few of the Ridges trails, get you out in the woods, get you experiencing this amazing winter weather.
Our winter hike started at the Upper Range Light, one of two Bailey's Harbor range lights that were built in 1869 and operated until 1969. Karen explained how the range light system was used by boats to safely navigate their way into Bailey's Harbor. From there, we headed off down the snow-covered wooden boardwalk and our hike had officially begun. As we walked, Karen explained that the ridges that give the sanctuary its name took about 1,400 years to form and are the result of fluctuating Lake Michigan water levels during that time.
So all in all, you have this huge diversity of habitats and as a result, a huge diversity of plant life. And that's really the thing that the sanctuary has always been known for is wildflowers. We have about 25 species of native orchids that grow here. And we also have about a dozen threatened and endangered plants that grow in the sanctuary. We actually have an endangered dragonfly that lives in these swales. So it's a very diverse place with a lot of different habitats.
Karen stopped to show us several different plants along the way, including this one, the dwarf mistletoe, and explained the impact they have on the surrounding plants and animals. We also came across several different types of animal tracks that Karen identified for us, like this one, a gray squirrel. Some of the trails we took were small bridges that through and over swales, the low-lying areas between some of the older in the sanctuary. We stopped in the middle and explained how animals and insects, including the endangered Heinz emerald dragonfly, utilize the swales for hunting, shelter, and other uses.
The snow on the trees is just beautiful out here.
Our hike, Karen kept referring to witch's brooms, so I asked her to explain what she was talking about.
Witch's broom growth, which is that thick tangled growth up there, is caused by a little parasitic plant about a ½ an inch long called the dwarf mistletoe. The dwarf mistletoe actually draws water and nutrients out of the tree's bark, and the tree responds by growing all of that extra foliage. In this case, it's not really hurting the tree very much, but sometimes it can take over the whole tree and the whole tree will die.
The Ridges Sanctuary, which was first organized back in 1937, is the oldest nonprofit nature preserve in Wisconsin. Since then, the sanctuary has grown to encompass over 1,600 acres of forests, wetlands, and the unique wildlife and plants that call these areas in Door County home.
Well, Karen, I gotta say that was a fabulous hike. Thank you so much for taking us around.
Oh, you're very welcome. You can come on out anytime. The trails are open all year round. If we had a little bit more snow, we could do this hike on snowshoes. We do snowshoe hikes every Friday in January and February. But even if there's not snow, we'll go for a hike anyway.
Now, in addition to this particular property, what other properties do you guys have around Door County?
Well, most of our property is right here in Bailey's Harbor, but we do have a smaller piece on the north end of Clark Lake. It's called the Logan Creek property, and that also has hiking trails on it and is open to the public.
Well, Karen, thank you so much today again for the great hike, and really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Come on out anytime.
Will do. We'll see you next time.